Tam OShanter by Robert Burns. When shopman billies leave the street and rothy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit bowsing at the nappy and getting fou and unco happy, we think now on the long Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth fand on his Tam OShanter, as he for ired a night did canter. Old ire, when ne'er a town surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hast thou been but sae wise as tame like ain white Keats, wife Keats' advice? She told thee well thou wast a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, as frae November till October, a market day there was na sober. That ilka milder with the miller, thou sat as long as thou hadst cellar, and that every nag was ca'd a Ch1 the smith, and they got roaring foe on. That at the Lord's house, e'en on Sunday, thou drank with Kirk and Jean till Monday. She prophesied that later soon thou wouldst be found deep drowned in Doon, or cached with warlocks in the murk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me great to think how many counsels sweet, how many lengthened sage advices the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale. A market night, Tam had got planted unco right, fast by an ingle blazing finely, with reaming swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow Souter Johnny, his ancient trusty rothy crony. Tam lo'ed him like a very brother. They had been foe for weeks together. The nights drive on with sangs and clatter, and now the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with secret favours sweet and gracious. The Souter told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might rear and rustle, but Tam did not mind the wind a whistle. Care mad to see a man so happy, he drowned himself among the nappy. As bees fly home with loads of treasure, the minutes winged their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed. Or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis race, that flit ere you can point their place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. No man can tether time or tide, the hour approaches, Tam on ride. That hour, all night's black arch, the keystone, and sick a night he takes the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twas blown its last, the rattling showers rose on the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud, deep, and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand that Dill had business on his hand. Wheel, mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg, Tam skelpit on through drob and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, while holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Galloway was drawing nigh, where geists and howlets nightly cry. By this time he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapman smored, and past the burks and Nicholstown, where drunken Charlie breaks his neck bone, and through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and near the thorn upon the well, where Mungle's mother hanged herself. Before him Doon pours all his floods, the doubling storm rose through the woods. The lightnings flash from pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll. When glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirk Galloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. With Tippany we fear na evil, with Uscabee we'll face the devil. The swats nae say reigned in Tammy's noddle, fair play, he cared nae dells a bottle, but Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished she ventured forward on the light, and woe, Tam saw an unco sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillion Brent knew fra France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys, and reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick, in shape a beast, a towsy tight black, grim and large, to give the music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and girt them skirl, till roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses that showed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip sleight, each in its cowled hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the hairy table A murderer's binds and give a turns. 'Twas spent long wee on Christian bairns. A thief new cut of brand the rope. With his last gasp his gab did gape. 5 tomahawks with blood re-rested. 5 scimitars with murder crested. A garter which a babe had strangled. A knife a father's throat had mangled. And his ain son of life bereft. The grey hairs yet stuck to the heft. With mair all horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew. The dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they click it, till eke a carlin sweat and rake it, and coast her durries to the work and link it at it in her sack. Now Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens as plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks instead of Chrissy Flennin been snow white 17 Hannah linen, their breeks of mine, my only pair, at once were plush and good blue hair, I would have given them off my hirdies, for I blink of the bonny birdies. But withered beldams, auld and droll, with woody hags and with Spain a full, loping and linging full on a crummock, I wonder did not turn thy stomach. But Tam kenned what was full brawly. There was a winsome wench in Whalley, that night enlisted in the corps. Lang after, kenned on Carrick shore, for mony a beast to dead she shot, and perished many a bonny boat, and should but make a con and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark a paisley harn that while lassie she had worn, in longitude though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vaunted. Ah, little kenned thy reverend granny, that sark she caught for her wee nanny. 'Twelpon Scots 'twas all her itches, with ever grace a dance of witches. But here my moose her winged mun cower, 6 flights for her beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lap and flank, a super jar was he and sprang. And how Tam stood like unbewitched, and thought his very een bewitched. Even Satan glowered and fidged full fain, and hotched and blew with might and main, till first a keeper sing another, Tam tint his reason all together, and roars out, "Well done, cutty sark!" In an instant, all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legions sallied. As bees that out with angry fyke, when plundering herds assail their bike, as open pussy's mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, when catch the thief resounds aloud, as eager runs the market crowd, so Maggie runs, the witches follow, with moany and eldritch screech and hollow. Ah, Tam, oh Tam, they'll get thy fare, and in hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystone of the brig. There at them thou thy tail might toss, but a running stream they dare not cross. But ere the keystone she could make, the faint a tail she had to shake. For Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon poor Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little wished she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin caught her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, why this tale a truth shall read, ilk man and mother's son take heed. Whene'er to drink ye are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think, ye may buy the joys are dear, remember Tam OShanter's mare.